Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, At Home with Willowberry. Or if you're new, welcome. But where have you been? I'm so happy to see you here. My name is Valerie, and in today's video, we're painting and cooking. Tim finishes painting our oldest son's bedroom, and I make the best garlic butter herb pork chops for dinner. It was a very busy day of mobile home living and renovations here in the Virginia mountains. So if you're interested, I hope you'll stick around and enjoy the video. How are you all doing today? It's a dreary, rainy day here, but I sure hope you're all enjoying beautiful weather wherever you are in this great big world. Well, y'all, we are on the final countdown to finishing our first phase of renovations here in our 1975 double-wide fixer-upper. We finally got an install date for our vinyl plank flooring. We have just a few things to button up before the install date, such as painting our oldest son's room and door. In our first phase of renovations, we completely gutted and renovated 3 of the 5 bedrooms here in our mobile home. We previously finished Granny's room and our youngest son's room. And today, we'll finish up in our oldest son's room. And then all that will be left to do is install the flooring. And I'm so excited, y'all, because it looks like they'll be able to move into their rooms by our April deadline. Y'all, we are so close to finishing up in these 3 bedrooms, and I am so ready. It has taken a year of very hard work to get to where we are, and we're ready for a little break from renovating. But before we can take some time off, we have just a few things left to do. Nothing too major, and hopefully we'll all be finished by the end of this video. We're going to paint this bedroom, paint and hang the bedroom door, and install a new light fixture. And that's it. Then we will be completely ready for Lowe's to install our new flooring and baseboards in mid-March. If we're able to finish our to-do list by the end of this video, that means we will have 2 full weeks of time off until the new flooring is installed, which also means we get to head outside to begin our yard work 2 weeks sooner than expected. By yard work, I mean things like building our chicken coop, renting a tractor to clear out some underbrush, and also get our garden beds ready for the seeds that we want to get started. Did I say time off? Well, I just meant from renovating. We have so much work to do outside, and I can't wait, because I can see my dream of living on a homestead finally coming true. Well, y'all, Max wanted me to let you know that he had his first run-in with the wildlife here at our new house. He woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go outside, and guess what was right by the back door? A skunk. Max was on a retractable leash, and before I knew it, Max had chased the skunk right off the porch and trapped it under my car, where he got good and sprayed down by the old skunk. What a mess, y'all. Of course, I had to bring him inside to bathe him since we don't have water access outside. Man, the whole house smelled like skunk. I tell you what, I learned a very important lesson that morning. I will always look out the window before opening the door ever again. I mean, this time it was just a skunk. Next time it could be a black bear or even a bobcat. You never know what might show up in the backyard up here in the mountains. Max is okay, just a little stinky for now. I would say Tim is also pretty happy that we're almost finished with our first phase of renovations. He has worked so hard and diligently to get Granny and 2 of our 3 boys' bedrooms ready for them to move into. Our boys have been so patient and helpful during this past year. I'm so proud of them all. They have had to move their beds from room to room while we've been renovating, and I know that they'll be so happy to get settled into their new rooms. And not to mention Granny. She's so excited to see her new room. She relies on a wheelchair and hasn't been able to get down into the addition yet, so she can't wait until Tim can build a ramp. It will all be new to her, and she can't wait. All right, well now Tim is going to go ahead and paint the bedroom door. He has one door already painted, which we're going to hang between Granny and our youngest son's room. Unfortunately, there is just one entrance into Granny's room at this time, and it is through our youngest son's room. We will eventually install a door in Granny's room, which will lead to the outside, but for now, her only entrance will be through the other bedroom, which isn't ideal, but will have to do for now. All right, let's go work on some doors. I love the new door, y'all. I think it looks really nice with the black hinges. Now all it needs is a new doorknob. Tim is such a goofball. I never know what he'll do next. From the look on his face, he's not crazy about the knobs I bought. And to be honest, neither am I. In fact, I've already returned them, and the new ones are on the way here. But unfortunately, they won't be here in time for this video. Oh well, that's the risk you take when ordering online. I liked how they looked online, but definitely not in person. I could probably learn to live with them, but Tim can't stand them, so hopefully the new ones will work out better. Alright, well after we get this box back up, then it's time to go paint the bedroom. My oldest son wants to paint his room white, so we picked out the color Du Jour by Valspar. The paint we're using is Ovation Plus by Sherwin-Williams in a satin finish. I really like this shade of white. It's a soft and creamy white, not too bright or harsh on the eyes. I tell you what, it was hard choosing the perfect shade of white. You'd be surprised by how many shades of white they have to choose from, and narrowing it down wasn't easy. But we managed to settle on what I think is a really nice shade. Alright, well I'm excited to actually see what it's going to look like up on the walls. The first step will be to cut in around all the edges and corners, so let's go ahead and get started. almost there, y'all. I can see the finish line. Tim is going to get started painting the walls, but we only have time to paint just 2 of the walls right now. He's going to go pick our boys up from school. It was a beautiful sunny day in the 60s, and the boys were asking to go to the skateboard park. So Tim dropped everything he was doing so that the boys could go have some after-school fun. While he and the boys are gone, I'll stay behind to look after Granny and get dinner started. Tonight we're having a family favorite, garlic butter herb pork chops with roasted vegetables. But don't worry, we'll pick back up where we left off right after dinner. That's typically how we get things done around here. We work on the mobile home any chance we get, but we try to find a balance between renovating and family life. We're so close to finishing, and it would have been easy to tell the boys no, we have work to do. But as anxious as I am to get this room finished, it's more important to me that everyone is happy and content. And if they want to go skateboarding on this beautiful day, then by golly, we're going to make it happen. It's dinner time, y'all. Tonight I'm making garlic butter herb pork chops as well as roasted radishes, roasted Brussels sprouts, and brown sugar cinnamon apples along with honey butter dinner rolls. I'm going to go ahead and get started by chopping up the apples. Tonight I'm using Gala apples, but I think any apple would work. I'm feeding 6 people, so I'm using 6 small apples. If they were larger, I probably could get away with just 2 or 3 apples, but mine were quite small, so I figured 1 small apple per person would be plenty. The apples are all prepped and ready to go. In fact, I want to prep all the produce before I actually start cooking tonight. I have a bad habit of starting my side dishes way too soon, which means they finish before the meat does, and they tend to get cold. Tonight, I'm going to try to time it out better so that it will all be ready at the same time. I've made roasted Brussels sprouts and roasted radishes here on my channel before, and I was surprised by how many people have never had roasted radishes. I love them, especially with salt and pepper and coated in olive oil. The radishes are sweet and tender and oh so delicious. If you're like me and don't like raw radishes but love roasted vegetables, then you should definitely give them a try. They're super easy to make and so good to eat. Alright, the veggies are ready to go into the oven, but I'm going to wait until I'm ready to start cooking the pork chops before roasting the vegetables. The same thing goes for the apples. I'll wait to cook the apples at the same time as the pork chops. To prep the pork chops, I'm going to first rinse them in cold water and then pat them dry with paper towels. I'll then season them with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. Tim and the boys have made it back from the skate park, and Tim has offered to help with dinner. He's going to brown the pork chops while I prepare the brown sugar and cinnamon apples. Everything is prepped and we're ready to start cooking. I'm going to pop the vegetables into the oven to start roasting while Tim browns the pork chops on both sides. While he's browning the pork chops, I'll get the apples started. For the apples, I'm going to boil them in a small amount of water just until they are tender. Once they're tender, I'll then drain the apples and add the rest of the ingredients. Once Tim has finished browning the pork chops, I'll be making the garlic herb butter that I'll pour all over the pork chops before placing them in the oven to bake. Alright, y'all, the radishes and Brussels sprouts are roasting away in the oven. The apples have come to a boil, and the pork chops are all ready to go. But first, I need to make the garlic herbed butter. To make the garlic herbed butter, I'll first melt a stick of butter in the same pan that Tim used to brown the pork chops. I chopped up some fresh rosemary, which I'll add to the melted butter, as well as dried thyme and minced garlic. Once the garlic herbed butter is ready, I'll then pour it all over the pork chops and then bake them in a 400-degree oven until the pork chops reach an internal temperature of at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit. I would have used fresh thyme as well, but Walmart was fresh out. I can't wait until we get our garden growing. I plan to grow tons of fresh rosemary, thyme, and parsley so that I can just walk right outside and pick as many herbs as I want and not have to depend on the grocery store. Now that the pork chops are in the oven, I'm ready to finish baking the cinnamon and brown sugar glazed apples. The apples are now tender, so I'm going to go ahead and drain off the excess water that I used to boil the apples in, and then I will add the rest of the ingredients to the pan. I'll be adding butter, salt, vanilla, cinnamon, and brown sugar. After I stir the ingredients in with the apples, I'll then allow the brown sugar apples to saute in the pan until they caramelize. The kitchen smells amazing, and it's making me hungry. I can't wait for dinner to be ready, and neither can the boys. They're so cute. They keep coming in asking, "When's it gonna be ready?" I usually just say, "It'll be ready soon," and they'll say, "How soon?" Soon, boys, real soon. telling me something? That silly Max. He's so talkative this morning. Well, anyway, it looks like I managed to pull it off, y'all. Everything is ready to come out of the oven at the same time tonight, so we won't have to worry about eating cold vegetables with the pork chops. I'm just going to go ahead and get dinner plated up, and then I'll call the boys in to eat. The Brussels sprouts are cooked perfectly and are a gorgeous golden brown. The radishes also look amazing. They are juicy and tender. I would have liked them to be a little bit more browned, but I didn't want to leave them in the oven any longer for fear that they would burn. That's happened to me more than once, where I've left something to cook just a little bit longer and then I forget all about it until it's too late and it's burnt to a crisp. But not tonight. Everything turned out just the way I wanted. My boys love these Sister Schubert's Parker House dinner rolls, especially when I smothered them in honey and butter. So as soon as I do that, then dinner will be ready, y'all. After I get dinner served, I'm going to have a little taste test, so make sure you don't go anywhere just yet. After dinner, Tim is going to finish painting the bedroom, and then I'm going to give you a before and after tour of our oldest son's room. Well, technically it's a before and during tour, since the room won't be completely finished until after the flooring is installed. But I am anxious for y'all to see the before video so you can see how much work we've done to get it this far. But first, let's get dinner served. And just like that, dinner is over. And oh my goodness, was it so delicious. The pork chops were so tender, and the garlic herb butter couldn't have tasted any better. Everyone really enjoyed their dinner, and now the boys are off doing what they enjoy the best, which is playing video games. Tim has gotten started on painting the bedroom, and Granny is watching a movie. So once I get the leftovers put away, I'm going to go see if I can give Tim a hand. Tim really doesn't need my help. He's got everything under control. I just really enjoy spending time with him while he's working. He's just about finished painting the bedroom, and then he's going to go put a second coat of paint on the bedroom door. This is the culmination of 10 months of very hard work, and we're almost at the finish line, y'all. I can't get over the transformation that this mobile home has gone through over the past 10 months. It's already a huge improvement from what we started with when we first bought this fixer-upper, and we've only just begun. Once we finish gutting and renovating the entire house, I think it will be more like a stick-built home than a trailer. Once we take a little break from working on the house to spend some time this spring outside working on the property, we have big plans for our future renovations, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. This video was taken the day we received the keys to the mobile home. So this is exactly the way the room looked the very first day we began our renovations, which was in April of 2023. As soon as I took this video, the boys got straight to work emptying out the room, ripping up carpet, and pulling down the old dark wood paneling. What a world of difference. It looks like a totally different room today. I can't wait until the flooring is installed, and then my son can move into his new bedroom. Well, y'all, thank you for watching my video. I know it was a long one, but I really wanted to share the full journey with y'all. I didn't want to miss a thing. I sure hope y'all enjoyed the video as much as we enjoyed making it. We might be taking a break from renovations, but we're not taking a break from making videos. We plan to share our next journey of prepping our homestead. There will hopefully be tractors, chickens, and gardens in our upcoming videos. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you in my next one. Y'all have a great week. Bye, y'all.